Alright, we're back. Man, I love this game so much. But of course, this is not what we're here for. We're here for the side stories again. And I get them all unlocked now. So, let's get into Trust Part 2. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through all these kinds of feelings. I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? Alright. This whole time, I didn't think it was about her own feelings. So much for a stupid vision. Sayori enters the room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I was trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordless Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it is also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to let her thought. This is the literature club. It's a place where people can express themselves in a way that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So I just want you to promise that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want you to be here when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood of the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitment? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have a fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. I just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poetry, writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on that one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things that makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get the feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a college where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing on. Stop being a perfectionist. You idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just, well, yeah. Underneath my scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote it down. What I'm mad at myself for, and then I did the exact same thing. Anyway. This is gonna really take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But you also, of course. Monica continues to exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sari guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheets of paper begin to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looked up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I have to really try really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Suri beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. I'll try to work on a new flyer for our club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay! Let's do it! Monica and Sari proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but also their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one in the club room. With her is a printout of the reserved literature club flyer, completed with all the new ideas Monica and Sari came up with. If only this was a flyer we gave to the one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer, right away into your heart. Surely, common sense would say that one's right is from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Sari had thought that it would be enough to garner some courtesy from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what a club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight of Monica's shoulders only become heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structures, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely with her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn how to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs the pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blob of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts the pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses the pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sari approach her desk, then stops for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down at the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too. This new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sora takes a sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sari gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sari's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Sari, this is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So, if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sari takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to the club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. All those words, Monica stands up. Sari must have been taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sari needed? Sayori deliberately breathes can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy working about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else to be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wanted to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they would treat me the same. They wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Suri pauses, seemingly to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Suri pauses again. Her solemn expression makes her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too. I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever I talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. So silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means as much to me. Marta feels a tightened sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori emotionally radiates between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You were so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Marta steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Wordless and without a smile, Sayori rests her head on Marta's shoulder. Thought or contrast, Marta can almost feel the torrent of thought swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Marta realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She's speaking softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breathing begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking and say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks with a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good with anything. It just feels like everyone has to put up with me and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. So she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort. But she knows Sayori said it herself that she thought Sayori's experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. You have so much value. To me, and your other friends too. This club wouldn't be the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other club members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought us happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Suri doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently yawn. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sari take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sari lifts her head and wipes her tears. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry for bringing this all up a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Suri nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course, it will always be your choice, but if you ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. It helps knowing that you would. Suri suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any more work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sounds of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks in. A face that seems familiar. Whoa. Now that was a good one. I hope you guys did enjoy that. I'm gonna guess that could be Yuri. Because it wouldn't be Nazuki. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Please do like and subscribe for more. Have a good day. And as always, bye-bye.